Hello and welcome to the Slingshot Channel. And sorry for the funny opening, but that's how German authorities would like to see my videos in the future. No way.
That's better. Okay, sorry for the funny opening. That's because German authorities really believe that I should have a huge text in all my videos from the beginning to the end, just because maybe a small part of it is sponsored by a sponsor of mine, like this video. Yes, and this video is also sponsored by Guns of Boom. I worked with them before, made a huge grenade launcher. It was fun. Guns of Boom is probably the hottest shoot-em-up game for cell phones ever. You get all the guns, you get all the ammo. If you die, you're right back in the game because you respawn. You share this thing with 40 million other players that signed up just recently. You get updates all the time. And one of the biggest updates that I've seen is that they now have a special Danny Trejo campaign. I love Danny Trejo. I've seen him many times in underrated movies. I think first time I saw him was in Blood In, Blood Out.
I'm Danny Trejo, and I'm launching a new merciless tournament in Guns of Boom free-for-all mode.
And now we'll see a 2-month in-game event featuring Danny Trejo, and you can get a lot of his clothes, his jackets, a lot of his weapons, and all kinds of things like extra maps and so on. And it lasts 2 months. And if you download the game from the link down below, you get like a helmet, you get a jacket, you get pants, you even get gold, which is like a currency that you can use to outfit yourself. Oops, I forgot to say you get a machine gun too. How could I forget a machine gun? Alright, and now officially the sponsored video ends and I can now get rid of this thing. It's hard to get rid of it. Finally. In any case, as you've seen in my last video, I'm trying to find a good legal alternative to shuriken, throwing stars, and I found these blades for power scythes. And this one is the best one I could find. It was better than the 3-bladed ones because it always sticks. It's just a little hard to throw, so I had to wear a glove. So of course now we need to make a launcher for it, which won't be easy because this thing is heavy. It weighs like 650 grams or something. Very hard to throw it far. And if the launcher needs to be handheld, it's gotta be huge. A brutal beast. Let me show you what I came up with. Meet the handheld, rubber-powered Sawblade Trebuchet 2000. Let me show you its features. Before we come to the features, let me tell you a little bit about the design idea behind this. Well, if you want to hurl this, then you must give it some spin, because if it's not spinning, it won't fly stable, and then it will fly like tumbling over and not stick. So that's not what we want. We want it to spin, and we want it to spin in a way that when it hits, actually the tips drill themselves into the target. Therefore, what we must do is, we must launch it like this, giving the thing a spin when we throw it, like that. Alright, I can't do it very... Oh, still rolling. Alright, as you see, that's exactly the motion that we need. We need to hurl it like this, and therefore we need to build something that works like a catapult, trebuchet, mangonel, something like that. And of course the trebuchet is kind of hard with the long string, because it would hurl the thing right into my face, I guess. So it's more like a mangonel thing that I need to make. And so this is it. Pretty big, isn't it? Let me come a bit closer so you can see some details. Well, first of all, of course, you can hold it up and down, and that is important because you hurl. And this means that things will really be thrown in a loop. So if you want to hit something that is closer, you need to point it downwards so that it comes off at a lower angle. And of course, it has like this little angle measuring device here. It helps you doing that. Of course, it has my non-patented single trigger sear mechanism, but this time it has the sear on top because the counterpiece is here. And I'll soon show you how to cock this. I can't do this standing up. And as you see, it is rubber powered by this huge amount of rubber. It's actually about a 200 kilogram pull. So if I wanted to use gravity instead of rubber, I'd have to carry around like 200 kilograms of weight with me. quite a bit. I prefer using the rubber. And also, in order to stop it, I'm using rubber bands as well, because otherwise the shock, when this comes to an end point, would be so tough that it would jerk the thing right out of my hands. There's a lot of force included. And also you can see that this thing here is slotted, so that I can put the saw blade in here. And as you see, I had to stop it short, because when you put it in too deep, then the shot angle will be too low. And I needed to optimize it in a way that the saw blade just leaves this thing after the rubber has stopped its acceleration. So this means pretty much at this position, when it's at this angle, the blade ideally leaves the setup, because then no energy transfer will happen anymore. You see, you have this handheld thing here, and you have this thing with the loop in the back, because this thing kicks so hard that without it, it would jerk it right out of my arms. And actually, maybe, I'm not sure if you can see this well on the camera, but it's already given me some little lesions here from constant shock, because I tested this quite extensively. I also attached a little bit of wood to the grip here, because it makes it easier to cock, otherwise this is in the way. So if you want to cock it, you put it down like this, so it sits on these two pieces of wood. And then you simply bring down the swing arm, quite scary, okay, like this, and then it automatically engages. And now I can put in the saw blade. Alright, and now I slip in. It's all quite scary. And now I'm ready to shoot. Okay, let's shoot at that tree. Take careful aim. And fire! Oops. Well, it actually was chopping down some of the green twigs from above it. And it seems like because of the lobbing, this thing, it just turns this way, I think the arc is too high, and it, here, because of all the overhanging greenery, we can't really shoot it. I think we need to move into the open field. All right, we're on the open field. Here is our little zombie mannequin. And I'm going to be standing from over there, from about 30 meters, and shoot at it. Well, it was no lethal blow. That lethal blow came from the bobcat. And yeah, but it's fairly dangerous. Of course, a lot of people will now say, why don't you shoot it sideways like a frisbee? Well, that doesn't work, because a frisbee needs this kind of bowl-shaped thing. So there is suction that keeps it up in the air. If you do this with the flat disc, there's no benefit in it. It would actually make it completely unpredictable. So I think this way would work, or of course an underhand throw, kind of, but then you have the problem that it tends to fall out of the mechanism. Therefore, this way is far easier. Remember that I threw the saw blade from that distance into this tree in the last video by hand? Let's try to do that with the contraption from very short distance, even though I think it will hit it really high. Let me aim rather low here, like this. And go! That was powerful. So, the saw blade launcher Trebuchet. What do I think about it? Well, it is completely ridiculous, totally useless. It's inaccurate. It kicks like a mule. I love it. And please, folks, don't forget to download Guns of Boom from the link down below. Because if you do, then that sponsor may like my performance and give me another job. Keep this channel alive. Thanks. Oh, sorry for that. Let me get rid of it. Well, that's it for today. I hope you liked it. Thanks and bye-bye. Fire! Oops. Fire! Ha. Fire! Go! Fire! Oops. Fire! Oops. Fire! 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 Oops. Fire!